Hello and welcome to everybody. Happy New Year! We have been together for a year now. Thanks for watching and participating. In this 13th session, we will discuss kids in elementary school. These are critical first few years for kids in school, adjusting to playing with a lot of other kids, getting into a routine, learning to pay attention, dealing with multiple adults in the form of teachers, and generally a very thriving learning and exciting environment. Different paradigm during these stay-at-home COVID times, but otherwise a routine that millions of young kids go through every year all around the world. The younger the kids, the faster they adapt and change, so it's so much easier for them than you as parents. As discussed in the Kids 4 to 6 video, parents go through the adjustment of being the role models to being one of the role models, or maybe being at the receiving end of rebuttals. "My teacher said this, and you're wrong," is a common refrain that increases as the years pass. How do you as parents deal with this? Do you fight it? I would advise against fighting a natural order of things. If you adjust your behavior to complement your kids' learning, then constantly challenging teachers' teachings, it would lead to much less friction. Okay, so how do we add to the kids' knowledge? No, not by constantly bugging the teacher, but by discussing with your kids and looking at their work to get an idea of the topics covered, progress made, and more importantly, understanding the teaching styles of the various teachers. It helps if you're a regular at parent-teacher meets, participate in school events, and volunteer at some events. Some teachers post videos for especially smaller classes. Very easy to spend a few minutes reviewing remote classes during these COVID stay-at-home times. For example, if the teacher teaches counting by using fingers, please use the same fingers to fill in the gaps or add to the kids' knowledge. Any other method may end up confusing the kid. The next steps are as follows. If you as a parent think there are gaps in the kid's learning, or worse, if there are topics or entire subjects that your kid is uninterested in, it may be due to a variety of reasons like brain not being wired for that topic or subject. Remember, kids learn quickly, so timely, effective interventions do help. Bad teacher? Not really much you can do to fix unless really bad teachers may be changed if adequate number of parents protest. Most teachers aren't bad enough to be removed. Attention disorders and are medical, out of scope here. To fill in the gaps, teach the kids effectively such that they understand the more difficult topics. If the kids take after you may find it difficult to break it down for them. In that case, use online resources like BrainPop, IXL, Khan Academy, and so on. Just like airline oxygen masks, first teach yourself and then teach the kids. It is important not to rely on kids' self-learning since they are at a very young age. Ditto with tutoring. It may be too much work and pressure for the young brains. To kindle the spark of quest for lifelong learning, gaining knowledge, and the all-important curiosity, add to your kids' repertoire. For example, recently my younger one was learning about space, and I asked complimentary questions on sun as a star, astronomers, space station, satellites, and so on. Brought illustrative books from library, kindling more curiosity on nearest galaxies, supernovas, etc. Also showed a couple of videos on rocket launches. Cool stuff. Recently, my older kid and friends went through a round of question/answer/knowledge grind on dams, hydroelectric power, twinkling stars, nuclear power, all starting from an innocuous magnet showing a dam on a river. The more effective the knowledge add, the more thirsty they grow to gain additional knowledge. I keep asking questions that constantly tease my kids' brain cells. Them and their friends love it, especially vying to provide answers. We have discussed this often enough. Kids are like sponges that can absorb a seemingly infinite amount of information, can be busy with multiple activities, and can have us beat on energy levels. Channelize their energy positively, and it works wonders with their lives and yours. The flip side is to draw a line on study-play activity balance. Parents of Asian origin tend to focus excessively on studies at the detriment of sports and other life skills, whereas other kids may end up playing all the time and not advancing in studies. Is one bad over the other? Only time will tell. Kids need their daily exposure to sunlight and vitamin D from the free source. We have discussed the importance and long-term health benefits of outdoor games and physical activities in previous videos. I insist on at least 2 hours and quote-unquote get 1 hour or so in return. Kids do need to play with as many other kids as possible, preferably of similar age, to develop important attributes like learning from peers, learning to play together, work in a group, and so on. This would be by far the best method for overall development. This includes outdoor games, activities, board games, and any other group activities. Kids are very, very innovative and do different things to keep themselves busy for hours that seem to change every week. Be prepared for fights, get-togethers, bullying, groupism, and all the other typical normal challenges of working in a group. Same as adults, but with kid-level problems. Don't get too worked up with ego issues, and at the same time, don't trivialize it where kids are constantly upset or unhappy. Oh, the challenges and joys of parenting. Other activities include arts, music, dance, martial arts, or any other extracurricular activities. I would encourage you to start on as many as possible that you can afford from a money and time point of view. One never knows which one may click for a few years, but this is the age to be a jack of all to really broaden the kids' horizons. Kids need to gradually develop the discipline to study well and take care of their own tasks like homework, projects, and activities. We as parents can help by slowly reducing our spoon-feeding actions of performing all their tasks for them. Kids need to increase the tasks that they perform, be it helping around the home or their own cleanup. See earlier discipline video. This is an important age to develop reading habits. Many kids start on small novels and graduate into voracious readers. Caution is required since some kids can turn into addicts to finish books overnight. Though, in this electronic day and age, the greater threat of addiction is from the ubiquitous screens that include e-readers. An important and critical ally is the library, at the school and public libraries with a wealth of resources. A little limited during these COVID times, but an indispensable resource at all times. This is a critical growing age for the elementary school kids. Effective education is key to kindle the tender brains, coupled with physical activity, of course. Do you remember your initial elementary years? All the silliness and fun that went with that age? Are your kids getting at least a good fraction of the fun that you had as kids, instead of being stuck in front of a screen? Times may have changed, but not so drastically that your kids would hate fun-filled education, activities that have universally withstood the passage of time. Encourage your kids to play in groups with other kids, ignite their minds so they take off for the future, and channelize their energy positively in as many activities as possible. In the next video, we will talk about emotions. With that, I'd like to sign off, and we will meet again sometime next month. Thank you.